Hey there guys, Mason here, Cardinal Gaming. Thanks so much for clicking the video. Appreciate you guys coming in, checking things out here on the channel. Let's talk about celebrations a little bit. Let's talk about celebrations and these leaks, man. These leaks are, they're kind of rough to look at, and it's kind of interesting to see where people are standing on it and what they think about it. There are definitely problems in the supply chain for Pokemon, and obviously they are going, fast and quick, and maybe a little loose with things. They're trying to print as much product as they are. So it's interesting to see all these leaks coming out, and you guys maybe have been following along. There is a good channel called Rattle Pokemon. He talks about the Shiny Mew leaks, particularly about celebrations, kind of like the origin stories that we got from that and stuff like that. And it's an interesting thing to follow along and see how this stuff gets out and how they get in people's hands months and months beforehand. Obviously, as we know, the printing facilities for Pokemon, English versions and other international, like European versions, are here in the States. So there's places all across the country that print cards for Pokemon. There are two major ones, and I'm going to talk about the major ones that either print or package for them. And we're going to see how and why things can be getting lost along the way, maybe. So we'll see. This is not a place that makes or ships Pokemon. That's CardinalGaming.com. But I had to use that something to have up on the background, so I had that. So let's flip over and look at Millennium Print Group. Millennium Print Group is the guys that I featured in a video that I talked about how Pokemon cards were made. They have this nice little video on their website that I pulled off there, and I'm just going to use the website because it's easier right now. But if you haven't seen this video before, it's kind of interesting just to watch, and I'll have it just go in the background while it's doing this. So if you haven't seen the video that I made about Pokemon cards, obviously you can see everything is packed by hand. Like, a lot more is by hand than you would think. This is the die cutting machines that is either putting the packaging or the cards themselves. This is the assembly line where they assemble these. This is Shiny Legends Raichu EX box. Was that picture? So kind of gives you an idea of the printing process and the scope and just how large a facility and all the hands that play a part in packaging this product, even after it's put into packs and just put in, like, for example, these Elite Trainer boxes. And those are like theme decks and things like that. So yeah, a lot of stuff done by hand, which is super surprising in a modern age of computers and being able to do all this stuff packed by hand. So it'd be very easy for somebody to do either slip some packs in there, or maybe in if they have like examples or samples for printing of the quality and things like that they may be sitting around to maybe the higher up somewhere. That this kind of stuff can leak and get out, and then maybe just not be returned to where it was supposed to get, or just, if an ETB misses a pack or two, it happens, whether legitimate or not. And this is not me saying Millennium Printed is where this is coming from, or Bennett's the other company. I'm not saying that is where stuff is coming from at all. Just so you guys know, this is just giving you an idea of how things are printed, how things are being packaged, and give you some insight on how this is happening. So there's a particular scene with the guy that is looking at the backs of the Pokemon cards, and has some sort of measuring device or a cutter or something like that he's looking at. Obviously, there's a very high policy, especially with Pokemon stuff, for leaks. They can't have cell phones on the floor, stuff like that. Obviously, if you work in a warehouse or anybody else that works in a warehouse, like on these pillars, there's things that say no cameras and stuff. So if you look in this video, you can see them. But obviously, pictures happen, things like that happen. See, like there's security cameras, you're being watched, kind of thing. Yeah, obviously, this is all security features that they put on their site, and just look at it. And but still, things are happening, and a lot of people are packaging this stuff. So, like I said, very easy for an employee, or like I said, even the samples that get shipped off somewhere to get inspected and get a final approval or something can be just come up missing. So this is Millennium Printing Group. And then the other company here is Bennett. I got this YouTube video that I have Mr. Reynolds talking about his facility down there. I think they are out of somewhere in the Midwest. I think maybe Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, somewhere in there. Don't remember exactly. But obviously them packing stuff again by hand. A lot of this stuff, even the things like applying the shrink wrap, is all done in tons of facilities. Bennett's being one of those. Bennett's kind of a cool company. They have a facility that's underground completely, and like it's so large that they like drive their trucks and stuff through like underground to in their assembly plants and their processing facilities. Pretty neat, pretty cool. You see here the shrink wrapping and then cutting like that, how all that stuff gets done. If you've never seen that before, it's again not a super complicated process, not a super automated process. Again, a lot of stuff being done, packed by hand, assembly of product by hand. Obviously, folding and cutting and things is done by machines, but things like inserting products, packages, packs, card packs, all the stuff done by hand. So if you didn't know, now you do. So, but yeah, so you see this is like I was talking about the underground. They have like B-roll stuff that they show. So super interesting stuff to look at and just see how this stuff can happen. And if you guys are following along with the origins of all these celebration packs, particularly the Shining Mew, the story goes that a higher up for Millennium Print Group passed away. His wife, I guess, had these cards somehow. I guess again, maybe they're seeking approval, and the headquarters were looking at them, and she got her hands on them, and then she just went to sell them. I don't know how this would happen, or what could be happening there, but interesting, super interesting. Little story that doesn't make a lot of sense. Again, the information and then all that news is out there. I don't want to particularly cover it just because I don't want to say anything as fact because I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows anything about what's going on and how this stuff happens. This is just how it gets out and how the potential can be there. But like I said, obviously, them just going as fast as possible, with shutting down, opening back up, sometimes maybe you lose employees, gain employees, you have to hire a bunch of employees to meet demand. All these things get expedited. Things aren't looked into as thoroughly as they should be, maybe possibly. All this stuff gets a little fast and loose with the rules and procedures and stuff. So maybe, just maybe, we have an idea of how this kind of stuff is getting out. Obviously, it is coming from the printers, and they do print this stuff obviously months in advance. It has to come months in advance because by the time you have to ship on release day or before release day, you got to have tons of stuff already made up. So yeah, obviously, huge facilities got to store this stuff, warehouses got to store this stuff, and supply, and all this stuff takes time. This is not something that people talk about the reprints and stuff, about just flipping a switch you can make more. Well, it takes people to do this stuff. It's not just all cards get cut and put into packages and then all is automatically put into booster boxes, and that's just how it goes. I know this is obviously stuff that is manufactured, takes time, takes effort, man hours to do all this stuff. So yeah, lots of hands touch this stuff before it gets into your hands. So, and mistakes happen. I'm sure, again, it's not alleging, but things go missing. And yeah, that's how this kind of stuff happens. So yeah, just want to give you guys an idea of how this stuff, like I said, I looked into this stuff before to make that other video, and I do keep up with this stuff because I think it's interesting. It's neat to see the logistics behind how this stuff comes about. So very cool. And yeah, that's all I wanted to really share with you guys, just to give you an idea of what could possibly be happening behind all this stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one, huh? Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Support the store, support the channel. We'll see you later. Goodbye.